Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today I'm going to be unboxing 3 new fragrance clones, including Fragrance World's Aether Extrait. So let's jump into it. All right, we are back with another unboxing first impressions video of 3 new fragrance clones that I recently picked up. We got ourselves an Ahmed Maghribi, a Paris Corner, and that Fragrance World fragrance, the French Avenue series Aether Extrait. Pretty excited about all these fragrances, and links are going to be down in the description if you decide you want to check any of these fragrances out. Also have some coupon codes, save yourself a few bucks at a variety of different discounters if you decide you want to shop with them. So let's quit screwing around, let's get into it. All right, kicking things off, going to the house of Ahmed Maghribi, and it's Ahmed Maghribi's Couture Noir. Now I scooped this up for $29, and this has been requested several times by a couple individuals, but one individual specifically, you know who you are, so you better be watching this video, and if you are, hit that like button because I got this specifically for you, and we're gonna try out this Couture Noir. Let's dive in. All right, there we have the box presentation for Ahmed Maghribi's Couture Noir. Decent looking box, nice thick cardboard to it. Has this kind of like glossy marble, if the camera will pick it up, glossy marble pattern on there. So nice little touch. And it is a slide off like so, revealing our fragrance bottle sitting on the inside here. So decent box presentation. Bottle presentation on this, nice thick heavy bottle to this one. Got a nice thick base. Has kind of like a ridged sort of, I don't know, pattern going across this right now. A nice kind of gloss, or sorry, a frosted finish to this. So nice looking bottle. Cap on this, lightweight plastic, but it's got some thickness to it so it won't crush in my powerful hands. And the atomizer on this sucker. Oh, is that pressurized? Oh yeah, pressurized atomizer. Doesn't go too far. No, it does. It's decent. Pressurized atomizer, bonus points for that one. What does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smelling this in the air, immediately we have ourselves a Creed Aventus. More of a twist going on right now. Has some really nice kind of sweet apple that's kind of giving it that little bit of a twist. But it's got that citrus, really kind of strong, like zingy sort of lemon going on to it. Has that little bit of a moss, so it's got that earthy sort of feel going on to it. But it's really about that apple, that citrus going on with a little bit of earthiness right now, just really kind of giving you that backbone of that Aventus DNA. But let's dive in, see what we got. Yeah, so right out the gate, just smelling this off paper. Really nice quality to this opening. Like there's not a lot of like perfumer's alcohol kind of coming up from the initial blast here, which you sometimes get from like, especially the more affordable fragrances and kind of the citrus heavy tops to this one. Just a really nice zesty, like zing style of lemon that's coming through with that apple that's kind of sitting in behind that lemon. The lemon is really dominating things right now. And you do get a little touch of that kind of earthy moss that's in the background. Maybe a little hint of some patchouli as well, but it's really about this citrus in the opening right now with that little touch of sweetness, but it's very smooth is kind of what I'm trying to say. And really nice opening. As it's opening up a little bit more, you are getting some nice ambriness that's coming up, a bit of a muskiness as well. So it's getting a bit of a fuzzy texture, a little bit of sweetness that's coming through, mixes in with that green apple really well. So it's got that fruity sweetness, it's got that citrus, but it's also got this kind of like more heavier, like textured kind of like sweet, woody, musky sort of base going on to it, and those earthy notes are starting to push forward more. So that moss, that patchouli is starting to come forward more. Really has that Aventus like backbone, that DNA that's going on, but it is a little bit different with that apple that's working its way in there. I'm finding it's got a nice little twist going on to it. So nice little kind of interpretation of this. Yeah, this is quite nice. I'm really liking the amber that's starting to push forward in this. I'm eager to see what this dries down to. So let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Ahmed Maghribi's Couture Noir. Been about an hour, it'll settle down, do its own thing. Really nice dry down on this one. The lemon and the apple have stuck around quite a bit. It's not as dominant as it was in the opening, but it's still sitting in there. It's got this kind of candied lemon sort of vibe going on to it as it mixes in with this really nice kind of ambery musk that's in the base. Some of those green notes have come forward more, so you're getting a lot more moss, a little bit more patchouli that's coming through as well. And like little touch of some green floral that's just kind of sitting around the edges, but it's got this nice kind of level of sweetness to it, this nice texture, like I said, that ambery muskiness giving it a real kind of like a fuzzy texture in the base with those green notes, and it's a really nice kind of twist on that Aventus style of DNA. The lemon in this really reminds me of the Club de Nuit from Armaf. It's a very similar style of lemon, not in the very opening because that one's like a blast of pledge, but once it kind of gets into the dry down, a very similar style of lemon. But this is a nice twist of the Aventus DNA, and for 29 bucks, if you're looking for like an interesting twist that's kind of like a little bit sweeter, a little bit heavier on the citrus and has some nice texture to it, you might want to check this one out. I know there's a million Aventus style clones out there, but they did a pretty good job on this, and I think performance is going to be fairly good. McRae is kind of notorious for having some fairly strong fragrances, and I don't think this one's going to be a slouch either. So for 29 bucks, pretty pleased with this one. That's Ahmed McRae's Couture Noir. All right, next up, going to House of Paris Corner with Paris Corner's Rifaaqat Adorn. Now, scoop this up for $29, and this is a flanker to the original Rifaaqat, which was quite a nice baby cat clone. So let's dive into this one, see what we're dealing with. All right, and there we have the box presentation for Rifaaqat Adorn. Typical cardboard box, nothing to it. Let's get to the bottle. All right, and there we have the bottle presentation for Rifaaqat Adorn. I'm almost certain I'm mispronouncing that. Well, Adorn I'm pronouncing right, but nice looking bottle on this. If you're familiar with the original, pretty much the exact same presentation, just kind of a dark label on this. Nice thick heavy base to this one. It is a very heavy bottle. Cap on this, it is a thick plastic, so this will not crush in my powerful hand. It is pretty thick, and the atomizer on this sucker, ooh. Feels like it's pressurized, but it's just a really good atomizer. It shoots halfway across the room, good wide puffs on this. Absolutely get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right out the gate, just smelling this in the air, definitely has that YSL tuxedo style of DNA. A little bit of a twist going on to it right now though, and it's different than some of the other ones like the Maison Alhambra, the Kismet, as well as the Tux, Suits from Fragrance World. It's a little bit different. There's a little bit more cedar going on to it right now. The pink pepper has a touch more sweetness. You got that coriander that's in there, some kind of nice like textured violet that's going on, and you're picking up a little bit of vanilla as well. So it's different. I'm excited. Let's dive in. Yeah, so right off the rip, just smelling this off paper. Nice pink pepper, so it has that kind of fresh, spicy little touch of sweetness going on to it. Coriander's there, you got that violet adding kind of like a nice floral texture to it. There is a little hint of some kind of sweet citrus, but it is tucked in behind that spice profile. And then a really nice kind of fresh, spicy, like almost like sauna cedar that's starting to come through. So a nice woody profile mixing in with those spices with just enough like touches of sweetness around the edges, but very gentlemanly, kind of sophisticated style of fragrance right now. And I'm digging this. This is really nice. As it's opening up a little bit more, you're getting this really nice, fresh, spicy profile that's pushing through from like a variety of different notes. So it's got this nice earthiness coming from the patchouli. The cedar adds to that kind of woody profile, but it's a really nice kind of cedar that's coming through with that fresh spice. Little drizzles of some vanilla, like a bit of a kind of like a spiced benzoin that's starting to push through, mixing with that vanilla really well. And it's got like an added kind of woody, almost ambroxan style of push coming in, but it's really about that cedar, this earthiness, this fresh, spicy aspect with just the right level of sweetness that's coming through just to kind of like round things off. A very classy smelling style of fragrance, and if you like cedar, this is really nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. This is different, like I said, this is different than the Kismet, the Suits from Fragrance World, the Tux from Maison Alhambra. This is a little bit different. This is almost kind of richer and classier, and I really like those other fragrances, but this might take top spot for my favorite tuxedo clone so far, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's jump to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Paris Corner's Rifaaqat Adorn. Been about an hour, let it settle down, do its own thing. Beautiful dry down on this. The cedar, the woody profile, a little hint of some vanilla, and this patchouli that's come forward a lot more. Just very rich, classy, sophisticated style of dry down here. The woods in this are just smooth and rich and have like a nice kind of dark depth to them. I'm absolutely loving it. It's like I said like 100 times previously, the cedar in this is very cedar forward, has a really nice fresh spicy profile, but in the dry down just got this like additional smoothness to it that just adds the kind of classy vibes for that YSL tuxedo sort of vibe going on to it, and really great interpretation of that DNA. And like I said, similar to the Kismet, the Suits, the Tux from Maison Alhambra and Fragrance World, same style of DNA, but this one is a little bit more kind of that woody profile coming forward. Still has that patchouli, still has that vanilla and that nice spice profile, but just some additional cedar that's in this one that I'm just a big fan of the cedar notes, and I'm really liking this one. This, like I said, might be the contender for my favorite twist clone of that YSL tuxedo DNA. So really happy with this one. We'll see how the performance is on this, and I'll have to get back to you guys, but so far, really pleased. That's Paris Corner's Rifaaqat Adorn. All right, I'm next going to the House of Fragrance World with Fragrance World's French Avenue Aether Extrait. Now I picked this up for $38 at discounters, and this apparently is a very good clone of the Parfums de Marly's Grenly, which isn't for everybody, but I happen to enjoy, so let's see what we got here. Let's dive in. All right, and there we have the very large box presentation for Fragrance World's Aether Extrait. Really nice looking box on this, nice thick cardboard. Has this kind of like plasticky plaque on here with like the name of French Avenue sitting right up there with a nice kind of geometric design. And it does open up like so, revealing our fragrance bottle sitting in this kind of nice fuzzy little podium here. So nice box presentation for sure on this one. And bottle presentation, a very unique looking bottle here. So it's got this kind of like jagged geometric kind of glass shape going on to it, and nice thick heavy bottle. Got a bit of a thick base, not too thick, but overall will do the job. And cap on this is a very odd shaped cap as well. Kind of has this chiseled top to it, and lightweight plastic. There's maybe a little bit of metal in here, but again, this will not crush in my powerful hand because it's got some thickness to it. And the atomizer on this sucker. Ooh, is that pressurized too? Oh yeah, another pressurized atomizer. Really fat sprays. It doesn't go very far, but really fat puffs on this one, but bonus points for a pressurized atomizer. What does it smell like? So right off the rip, just smell this in the air. Really, really close to that Parfums de Marly's Greenly. You got that green apple sweetness that's there. Has a bit of a sour take to it, but there's really nice kind of like snappy, fresh, spicy green petitgreen that's going on there. So it gives it a really kind of earthy green sort of tone going on to it. There's a little bit of oak moss, touches of some kind of sweet citrus, and definitely got some fresh, spicy cedar there, but it's really about that petitgreen, that apple, and that cedar at this moment, with kind of some notes just kind of dancing around the edge, but really close to that Parfums de Marly. So let's get this on paper, dive in. Yeah, so right out the gate, smelling this off paper, very similar to how it was in the air. So you're getting that petitgreen coming through, so it gives it a really kind of fresh green aspect to it. A little bit of kind of almost like a sour, fresh, spicy sort of vibe that's going on to it. Mixes with that green apple, so there is that touch of that sweetness, that little bit of kind of the tart side of a green apple that you get there. A little bit more of this kind of sweet citrus mandarin that's coming in from that top as well. And you're definitely getting that cedar coming through, a little bit of that oak moss as well, just kind of accentuating that earthy profile, adding kind of fresh, spicy woods to it. Really quite nice. Has a little bit of a freshness to it, but it's got kind of that like that fresh morning dew kind of green sort of vibe going on to it. Really liking this. As it's opening up a little bit more, there's a touch of some violet coming through, so it's adding that little bit of that kind of floral texture that's kind of wrapping around those green accords, and you're getting a little bit of musk that's starting to poke up from the base, just adding a little bit of sweetness, but it's adding more of a texture than anything, but it's really just still about that green accord with those little touches of that mandarin orange, that green apple that's coming through, and just a really nice cedar that's wrapped around this. It's really quite nice. I'm digging this. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is the one thing, just I'm gonna have to put it side by side right now. This is not as green as the Parfums de Marly. It's still very much got that petitgreen going on to it. That's adding that kind of fresh green snap to it. But if memory serves, the Parfums de Marly really has an accentuated kind of greenness that goes on to it. This one's kind of sharing the stage a little bit with the cedar, some of those sweet accords, that green apple. It's sharing it. It's still definitely got that vibe, but just slightly kind of toned down from the Parfums de Marly, if I remember correctly. But let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Fragrance World's French Avenue Aether. Been about an hour, let it settle down, do its own thing. Didn't change a whole lot in this dry down. It just kind of, a little bit more musk came forward. So it's got like a bit of a sweet musk that's going in that's kind of pulling back that green note that I talked about earlier. So you're still getting that petitgreen. There's little hints of that apple that's still there. It's got like a kind of a nice kind of amber wood sort of vibe going on to it. And it's just overall just a really nice interpretation of that greenly, but it's definitely not as green as the greenly. It's kind of balanced off with that sweetness that's coming in from that musk, that little bit of the violet that's still there. So it is a little bit different, but undeniably you're going to be reminded of that fragrance when you smell this one. But I kind of like this one a little bit better because it does dial down that green aspect, which can be a little bit overwhelming, a little bit challenging for some people. And this just has a little bit added sweetness to it just to kind of balance things off. So this might be just kind of a more wearable version of the Parfums de Marly, and I'm quite pleased with this one. So pending performance, I think this was a great pickup, and for 38 bucks, pretty pleased. That's Fragrance World's French Avenue Aether. All right, so there you have it. That's my unboxing of 3 new Middle Eastern fragrance clones. But I want to hear from you guys. What are some other fragrances you want to see me do an unboxing for, full review on? Comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. I love getting your different recommendations, your hidden gems, different taste and scent profiles. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.